Take a minute to think about words you would use to describe today's youth culture. Think about your typical tween or adolescent. How would you describe this generation? When I do this activity in workshop, I often hear a mix of adjectives, some positive and, well, some not so positive. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? This is a great opportunity to do a little self-reflection. Take the time to complete the self-reflection activity in the resources section to see where your biases might lie. Believe it or not, many researchers think that this generation of youth, who have been called the millennials, the always-on generation, Generation E, Generation At, Generation Now, the Internet generation, or Echo Boomers, they will be the next great generation, and that they share many characteristics with the generation of their grandparents. According to Howe and Strauss, the leaders in the field of generational research, the millennials, that is anyone born after 1982, show characteristics of optimism, a preference for team-based learning and working, and a high regard for social connectivity. They are highly motivated, highly praised, and highly committed. The outlook is positive, if not a little bit conservative for millennials, who have grown up in a culture of post-9/11 security, viral videos, and of course, cyberbullying. So what about this generation gap we've been hearing about? Well, based on our look at the millennials, there is one glaring difference between them and their parents: technology. Anyone born after the year 1994 does not know a time before the vast expanse of information, entertainment, commerce, and socialization that is the Internet. Whether it is a teen who struggles to hide their annoyance as they teach their parents or grandparents how to text for the first time, or the 5th time, or older adults who are raised to value modesty and privacy, bewildered at a tell-all blog or up-to-the-minute Twitter posting, the findings are clear. The millennials are a culture of overconnecteds, IMing, listening to an iPod, emailing their teacher about the homework assignment, posting new photos to their MySpace page, and they're doing it all at the same time. The ability to multitask, especially when it comes to technology, is another strong characteristic of today's youth. A 2005 study by the Kaiser Family Foundation found that kids experience 8.5 hours of media exposure per day, taking into account the overlapping of media and multitasking. Texting friends while watching TV and surfing the web, for example. Our kids have become masters of multitasking. Or have they? In her book Cyber-Safe Kids, Cyber-Savvy Teens, Nancy Willard asserts that teens are not actually multitasking, but task shifting. And with each slight shift in their attention, from IMing 3 friends to answering their cell phone, it takes an adolescent brain at least 30 seconds to refocus. And the skill of multitasking does not actually become refined until adulthood. The adolescent brain is not equipped to efficiently multitask. But who knows? The more they do it, are they destined to become better at it? To read more about this, click on the Multitasking Generation article from Time magazine. So as Genevieve Zook of LLRX puts it, how long will Generation Now tolerate the behavior of their elders before they race past those who drive in the slow lane of the information highway? Well, I think we already know the answer to that one. They won't wait. Which, for those of us who are working to create safe social climates for youth online, causes us to stop and scratch our heads. While we're busy playing catch-up, learning what IMing is, or figuring out the features of a social networking site, our youth are plowing ahead with the newest and coolest Facebook applications and cell phone features. While we're filtering, blocking, and condemning inappropriate conduct online, savvy tweens are writing HTML code after school at their friend's house. In Section 6, I'll cover a number of strategies for educators and other youth-serving adults, but if I can impress something as the most important strategy in dealing with cyberbullying, it's education. No matter where you are in your relationship to digital communication technologies, taking this opportunity to learn with the Ophelia Project is an excellent step in the right direction to learning more about the cyberculture that, like it or not, we are all now a part of. While we may never fully close the technological gap that exists, if we remain open-minded, positive, and proactive in our quest to understand and address the online behavior of adolescents, we cannot fail. And at the very least, we will be much more credible in our interactions with youth. I'd like to acknowledge that the Internet is in a phase of existence, what is commonly referred to as Web 2.0, which means that, in its most simple sense, Internet content is user-generated and collaborative, composed of web-based communities and hosted services such as blogs, wikis, and social networking sites. It's a world of participatory media, where the user creates, amends, and supplements the content. And if you were thinking that you might not be tech-savvy enough to participate in Web 2.0, take some time to practice. See how easy it has become to set up a blog or your own social networking site. Even create your own personal website using drag-and-drop technology. The best way to know about the culture of Web 2.0 is to participate. There are some links in the resource section that will help get you started. But let's move on and look at the current state of adolescent online behavior.